Good evening. Hope my voice is clear to you all. Could you please respond in the chat box saying you're able to hear me? Thanks, Ashner. Anybody else there? Could you please confirm whether you are able to hear me properly or not? Please use the chat box on your right side of the screen. Okay, thanks, Helen. Thanks, Ashner. We'll start the session in a minute. So some of the participants were facing difficulty in login. Hence, we'll wait another minute and we'll start. Okay, let us not waste much of the time and we'll start with the session. Okay, in the screen there is a one poll questions which you are getting it. So could you please answer that? So I just need to know how many of you are aware of this technology, HTML, CSS, and so on. But basically, I just need to know how many of you are aware of HTML and CSS. Could you please answer the poll which I am given you? So there are 4 people in this group. So I can see that you are aware of HTML and CSS. So I'm going to end this poll in a minute. So if somebody else have not confirmed with the poll, you can just answer. Okay, that's great. I'm going to end the poll. So we'll start with the session, actual topic, what we are supposed to discuss in today's webinar session. That is all about full stack web development. So the name itself says that you are supposed to develop an application using some technologies or a framework, that is a web design. why we are looking very much interesting when it comes to web development, because nowadays most of the advertisement or most of the information will be reached to the people through a website. Any updation with regards to the information will be updated in the website. Online, virtually, we can sit in some remote area and can confirm what is the information that has been updated. Let's say, example, the government has been published some serious actions or rules and regulations that has been uh, forwarded to the public of Malaysia, then the website will get updated with the notification or the information that will be cross verifying. So it needs to be always with the user friendly. So you are supposed to have the website with the user friendly. Hence we are supposed to have application interface, that we have a programming interface, what we say graphical user interface need to be designed properly. So today's 1 hour session, we always deal with the deals with the topics, that is introduction and the requirements of basic front-end technologies, and basics of HTML, that is hypertext markup language, what we call it as full form, and the basics of cascading style sheet. Let me give a simple example how these two are related, HTML and CSS, in short what we call it as. HTML is a husband and cascading style sheet is a wife. It's not joking, it's very serious or not, that it both of them will be together like husband and wife. Okay, so we have some advanced version of cascading style sheet and we'll learn that. So introduction and the requirement of basic front-end technologies. When we talk about front-end technologies and back-end technologies as a terminology, what you see on the screen, when you click on a button, what happens at the behind back-end, you doesn't know. That is all about with respect to back-end technology. Hope you all have a Facebook ID or a Gmail ID. So before getting a ID, you are supposed to fill details of an individual. When I say details of an individual, you are supposed to update with a sign up page, sign up form. Before login, you have a sign up for every website, where we'll be asking you to update with your username, email ID, date of birth, contact details, gender, and rest it depends on the website it is going to ask. So these are the front end what you are seeing that has been developed by some technologies and it is displayed to the user. So all these have been developed by using some frameworks and technologies, what we tell as a front end technologies. Now we just need to talk about what is this front end technologies. Why this front end technology is so important. So when I say front end technologies, front end development, it is important to know the difference between front end development and back end development and full stack development. When we say a web developer should have all the knowledge of what is happening behind the screen. As soon as you click the button, sign up, what happens? Where is your data? your data all go and sits in the database. Who is maintaining that database? Where is your data stored? So it is something like magic or what? No, it is not a magic. Once you click on, it has been defined already what to do. So you're supposed to perform those action once you click on sign up button. That is what we call it as a backend development. So the backend developer handles the behind the scene aspects of the website, say the infrastructure and database. On the other hand, the full stack developer does both. Whereas I can say front-end developer used to create a sign-up page and the back-end developer handles the infrastructure. But when I talk about full stack developer, it means that the person is doing the both. So in the global market, we have lot many opportunities for this full stack developer rather than concentrating on one single front-end developer and back-end developer. So someone who deals with this whole design process start from the finish always refers to a full stack developer. So it is more important to understand the importance of full stack developer. Now, what are the goals and challenges in front-end development? We have pretty much importance to be given to performance while you are working on the code, and the speedy development or the quick development process, which is highly efficient. We also have a main challenge in this front-end development is that the tools and the techniques, what we call it as website, used to build the website. We need to have some constant changes on this website. Only then you will get attracted to the website and then look into that. So coming back to the main exact thing, what we call it as frameworks. So when I say that it is a framework, what kind of frameworks is helping? On what languages these are all dependent? So as I said, a full stack developer needs to know in and out until you finish the task. So HTML is a particular language which is required to develop or design any website. And the features or the properties given to that particular website HTML page is by CSS and JavaScript. Now let us understand the basic one by one: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then backend. So for this, we have a software which is referred as Microsoft Visual Studio Code, and it is easily available. I'll just show you that. So where you can see when you type Visual Studio code, Visual Studio Code, you can just click on download, or you can just directly go to the website. So here is the symbol that you can see. So when you click on this Visual Studio Code, it is already referring your platform, what is the platform you are using, and that it insists you to download for the Windows. If you are using Mac, it will directly ask you to download the appropriate file which is required for Mac. since I'm using Windows, it is insisting me to download the Windows file. So once you click on, you can just find the universal, all the platforms. If it is other than Mac and Windows, you can just go to Linux and download your file. Since I've already downloaded, I'm not going to download this. I'll be showing how it looks. And for this to execute the HTML and CSS, you just need to know this format, how it looks. So once you install, there won't be anything. You can just delete this file. I've already taken this, and you will be left blank once you install. Now, how will you create a file? Just go to file and you can just create a folder, files, and so on. If you ask me, that is not the correct way to give with the Visual Studio with creating the file. Just go back to the desktop, click on somewhere on the screen, and ask you to create new folder. And in that folder, you can just create a number of folders. Let's say example, I'll create a new folder saying front end, and again saying it is a backend. And I just need to call this file inside the FSWD session. I'll just mark this, and I'll call this particular folder inside the Visual Studio. I'll just go here, open the folder. I'll just click on FSWD session, and then I'll just click on. So here I will be getting this particular folder like this. So I can just add the new file. So adding new file is different when compared to new folder. Okay, so I'll just go to the front end. So today, since we are having a session with front end technologies, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript if possible, we just look into that particular session and then create some page, HTML page, so that you can just look into that, how it looks. We'll create a sign up page and then try to understand how it looks, why we landed up with the page. Hope you are able to see the screen. Okay, let me take to the particular screen. Yes. Now I'll just add one file, that is intro.html. Now here we have a particular file, that is I'll just add a new file to that. Okay, so hope you are able to see the screen. If it is not visible, you can just zoom it. Okay, so this is all about my screen. So where I have already returned with a registration form that looks how it looks. I'll show you. So here I'm starting with the line type.html. That means that this document is all about HTML. So it is informing somebody that it is HTML. The humans have head, body, legs, hands. Like the same, HTML have, that is hypertext markup language, have some properties of defining the structure. So it has HTML indicating that this file is HTML, and whatever the tag which you write inside this particular tag is, it belongs to HTML. So you can see here the opening tag. This is a opening tag. So whatever you write between the braces of triangular is referred to be as tags in HTML. So this is a closing tag. So this is closing tag. So you are supposed to maintain the closing tag with the slash symbol. So when you have slash, it will be HTML closing tag. So I'll just show you how it creates. So when I say write HTML, once you hit enter, when you write HTML and hit enter, your opening and closing will be automatically generated in Visual Studio. That is a flexibility, and hence I am pasting the whatever I have taken. Now here, heading, you have welcome to registration form. Head is a tag which you are writing heading, and you are giving a title for the page. So title is one more tag which is giving the name of the page. So inside this body, whatever I write, that will be displayed. So let me give you a simple tags that is giving you or making you write. So inside this body, I'll be writing a paragraph. I'll go to the form and right click and copy this path, and I'll go to the browser, some browser, and click on the tab and paste the path. And once you click on this, you can see the sentence has been changed. And whatever you write within the paragraph, it is going to be as a paragraph inside the tag. So P is a paragraph tag. So we also have plenty of tags in HTML. So we'll make use of that. So we'll make this to be at the center. So we'll save this and come back and then refresh. Now you can see the text, I'm sorry. I'll just copy this path, go to the tab and then click on enter. So you can see the title of the page sits here. Welcome to the registration form. So whatever the title that we have given here will go and sit there. So here I have translating the things English. So here you can see it sits like a center, in the center of the page. Okay, so let me increase the size of that. So as soon as you open the tag, you are supposed to close the tag. So when you refresh here, you can see that it looks a broader way. So where whatever I have given it as H1, so this is a heading tag, and we have plenty of H2, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. I'll write here heading. I'll copy this. I'll add here. I'll save this. I'll go back to the tab, and then you can see here. So I'll just remove this. I'll just remove this paragraph and I'll write H1. Now you can see there is a difference between each heading tags. H1 looks bigger, H2 is little smaller when compared to H1. Again, the size decreases as we move on. So we have these kind of heading tag. So whatever we are writing, that we are writing inside the body, under the head and under the HTML tag. So this is all about heading tag. And we can also have a tag that is paragraph. And I'll show you one more. So there is one particular code that we have written to create a sign up page. So I'll show you how this sign up page will look like. So let me show you that. So it looks like this. Now, how do you manage to design this? Through HTML. So it looks like a table. This is the first row. Enter name, enter user here is the first row. Enter email ID is the second row. Enter username is the third row. Enter password is a fourth row. And enter confirm password is a fifth row. And in the sixth row, you have clear form, create account. Okay. So in this, there are rows and columns. How many columns are there? Two columns are there. When you are writing a sign up page, you will be having a row column format. So once you create that particular table, this will get automatically generated. So let us write the code for that. So there is a code for that. I'll just show you that. So here is the code for that. So we have a table tag that is having some properties. When I say elements and properties, the table is a tag and it has some elements like text elements with some font size and so on, and they are all have some properties, which color, with size and everything. So cell spacing of 2 aligned with the center, cell padding, and the border is 0. So what happens if I say border is 5? So I'll just change this. You are supposed to save every time before you see in the website. So you are supposed to save that file and then look into that. So when I create a table, I'll be creating the row, the table row, that is TR tag. So this is one particular row, TR and TR. This is one particular row, and this is the second particular row, and this is a third particular row, and this is a fifth particular row. So we have six rows. You can see in the registration form, we have enter name, enter email ID, enter username, enter password, enter confirm password, clear form and create account has another row. So when I'm starting creation, you have TR as a table row. In that, you have a definition called align to the right. So when I say align to the right, and if I say align to the left, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Here, I've made a change in the border. When I set to 0, you are not able to see the borders. The borders are 0, no borders. When I go and set with the borders as 5, that pixel, when you refresh the page, you will be getting the borders. Now it looks exactly like a table. So when you don't write the borders as 0, then your website does not looks like you have created the table. And when you write this as a right, so you can see it aligns to the right, and it is in the first column, first row. So the definition what you are writing aligning with the right, and the name what you are supposed to give is enter name. And the next row that contains input, the next column, that is in the same row, the next column TD, definition. When you are writing TD, it means that it is a table definition. Now, when I'm inserting some input to that, you are supposed to have some placeholder. The type what you are typing should be a text format, and it should be having a placeholder. Now, let us see when I remove this placeholder, how it looks. Can you see there is nothing here? It has been in the gray format, which is allowing you to enter what you are supposed to enter in that particular blank. If something has been mentioned, you can easily type the same and then write it. So I'll be having a placeholder. That particular placeholder will have that enter user here. And you don't worry about this. This is different when it comes to CSS. So I'll tell you at that time. So let us understand this particular first row. Like the same, you can just copy this and paste in the second, and you can just say that you are creating, enter the last name. You can say you are giving, enter the first name, enter user's first name. I'll just make this copy and then enter here and say that last name. I'll save this. You can refresh it. You can see, enter the first name, enter the last name. You have these two. Enter user's first name here, enter user's last name here. So you have been created with one more immediately after that particular row. So this was there and I've newly copied and then pasted. So same thing you can just create as on with the same. But when it comes to password, the type is password. You can see the difference here. You are typing a text. If I give the text as a format, whatever you are writing here, it will be displayed. But you are not supposed to display with the password. Obviously, you'll be getting dot. You'll be getting a dot or star. You'll be getting star like things. Okay. So how do you get that? How do you manage to get that? So if you make that as a password, so by default, you'll be having a password. Whatever you type, it will not be visible. Even if you are writing, if you are typing this, it will not be visible. So that is the simplicity of this input type, what you have. And all these are properties, what we call. Okay. So this is all about creating a table, and you can just create a style for that. Now let me create a style for this. It looks old black and white format. So I need some coloring. So how do you color that? So if I want to make some coloring, I'll just make some changes in HTML. So I've made, I'll just share you the screen. I'm sorry. So here in this, I can change the style. I can give inline. I can give inline, that is the sense. The table should have some style here. So I can specify the style here, but it's not good to have a style in this, but I'll be writing the style as a separate. How do you write that? So here I have some style. I can just get this and write it in the format. So here, here I'm writing under the head. So there is a keyword, particularly style. Whenever you are applying the style for that particular table, you'll be writing that particular table tag name. So here I've written table, and it will be applicable for whole thing. TH is table header. I don't have TH, and I'll be writing TD and TR. Let us look at this, how it looks. Now, can you see this? Once I apply some style, it looks different. So let me explain you with the code. That is the style that you are applying within the HTML file. Okay. So that is the style that you are applying within the HTML code. So let me show you that piece of code. So here, when it comes to this table, it is applying to the entire table. So what entire things will be applicable? So border is applicable. So we have plenty of things. We can just have, when you type B, you'll be having background color, background, border radius, bottom, background image. You can add plenty of things. And when you write C, you have cursor, content, clear, contain. As per your requirement, the tag will get displayed. So I have taken only this. I'm changing this as when you paint a red color, you will get red. If you change to green color, green, it will be like this. Green, yellow, look like this. So I'll just make this as cursor and you can just click on saying what color you want. So I'll just make a red. So here you are getting some values RGB 240, 13, 13. So combination of those colors. So we can set any colors and any style which is applicable for whole table. So this is internal style sheet. So internally we are defining the style by using the style tag internally. Hence it is referred as internal style sheet. So if I refresh this, you can see this. I'll just change the color of text color. Okay, which is I just changed as black. So you are supposed to give colon at the end, semicolon at the end. So you can refresh it. You can see I've given the black color and it is coming. So don't you think this is simple, where it gives you more clarity on how you perform HTML in a simple way, where you have come up with a sign up page. And I'll also show you one more which is and simple where you can see. Somewhere I've saved the file, but I'm not able to get those files. Okay, let me check that. Let me download that again, since the file got corrupted and it is not getting open. So I'll just open it again.
right? Yeah. 18 HUL. Yeah. Phone number? 985 9895. Okay. Double eight. Okay. 70
So here I got it, where I have already made a few changes to that form. So here I have created a form. Let me copy that and show it to you how it looks.
I have mentioned the number and contact that I want to know more about the possibilities. Some other guy called me. I called someone. I called someone.
So here I'm getting this particularly. I'm writing the name. I'm writing the email address @gmail.com, because if I give @gmail.com and then okay, your number and the password. So you can see there is a lot of difference. When I submit, you can just see, please include, when I submit, please include an email address. How we are getting this? So I'll show you, we have written in the code. So we have written the form and div tag. I'll tell you what is this div tag doing. And so whenever you are writing input text and it is a name and the label is for email and the input type is email. So when you write input type as email text, it will consider only the string from the keyboard. And when you type the email, it will be email with the @ symbol. No matter what, you need to have @ symbol. Okay. So next input type is number and input type is password. So you have a button submit. So for this also we have a tag that is button. So whatever you write here, it will be submit. So I'll again create a button with reset. So I'll save this. I'll go here and then click. So you can see here. So when I type some name and give this email address and number, you are supposed to type number. If you type strings or the alphabet, it will not take. You can just give a try. Password, whatever I can. So once I click on submit, where should it go? So once I click on submit, it should go for something else. So you are supposed to have that particular path. So here I have given some form action. So in this form which we have created, action is all about accepting this. Whenever you click on button, you are supposed to perform some action, that is accepting the data.html, that is method get. So I'll just save this. I'll go back to the file. I'll again reset. I'll just give this email address @. So I'll give the number and I'll just give the password and @gmail.com. I'll just click on submit, accepting the user's value. Where do you get? So I've given the another file which I have created. Here you have written only this accepted. I'll just write another tag. We are accepting the user details. So like this, you will be provided with some thing once you click on after entering your details. We are accepting the user details. So this is a small HTML thing where you can give a try in creating, and then you can just also give a try in styling this. So how do you style this? So that is with respect to, I have one more where I have created with some extra page that we have created, that it looks like this. I'll just show you. I'll just take this, copy, and I'll just keep here. I've copied path, pasted here. You can see the fish website, and it's a very tasty, and it's a fish image. So when it goes to code, you have a HTML and the title, body, center. So whatever you write within this center code, everything will come and sit in the center. If not, it will be onto the by default left side. You can see here, if I refresh the page, it will go and sit in the left side. What happens if I give justify? No, justification is not there. You have center and by default. Okay. So I have refreshed, and you have. Now how you are getting this particular YouTube channel? It is getting played. How did you include it in this website? How you are getting this? So I've given the link to use that. So there is one iframe width and height. So I've set the width and height, and I've given the source. I've given the source and the title of the page, and the frame border is 0, and allow to accelerometer, auto play. So don't you think that you are supposed to remember so much? You are supposed to remember so long? No, it is not. It is always easy. Let me delete this and save this and check what you are getting. No, you are not getting anything. So let me go to YouTube and let me ask with racing F1 car. I'm fond of racing car. So I'll just take this Grand Prix highlights, and let me wait for this video to go out. So I have this video which is getting played. So here I just need to have few things where you can share and you can also save. When I click on share, you have something which is related to embedded. You can see here there is a lot of code. So this particular video have some embedded tags. So I've just copied this, close this, and go back to here, and then I've created, save, and then I've created. So video is unavailable right now, so it is not allowing you to give the. So video contents from Formula Manage who has blocked it from display on the other website application. So you don't have permission to display in another website. So let me go with flower gardens. So I'll just take this. So 80 beautiful flower gardens. You can see this is coming. So I can just take this, any video which is your wish. I'll just go here. I'll just delete this, and I've made a changes, and I've refreshed this. You can see this is coming. So I can just change this, making as flower website, and it is very beautiful gardens. And if I want to change this particular, I can just download some flowers and I can give that particular in the things. So flower, go to images, I'll just like roses, I'll just save, I'm sorry, so I'll just save this, save image as, and I'll save the image on the same folder which I've used. Here I'll just make it as flower. So here I'll just make it, save it as flower.jpg, and I'll close this, I'll go here, and this is a image tag. So whenever you want to insert an image, you're supposed to have this. So source, so where you want to save. If you are in the same folder, you can just simply give the name. As soon as you type the name of the flower, it will come to you. So click on that, and this alternative is flower, the name of that particular alternatively. So whenever you see some images, if you take cursor over that, you feel something else which is been description. So that is what we see. So let me refresh this, and you can see there is a flower. Okay, so you can see that the flower is getting displayed, and it is very beautiful garden flower website we have updated. Now we can also have some making some changes to this for websites where you have styles for the given page. So let me copy this. I'll show you one more website which we have created for example to show you. And you have hello blue hello world. How did you get this? I've written a div tag. So this is a divisional tag that is required only for that particular division. Let's say example, I've make changes to only that particular part, not the entire body of the HTML. So hence I've make it as only that particular division. So in that particular division, I've written it as h1 tag, background color, red and hello. So this is an inline. So whenever you comment the line, you are supposed to use this. So this is inline style, and you have a star hash. This is an inline tag. So I'll be writing this. So this is a commenting line. So how you comment the line? So open tag, exclamatory mark, dash dash, and here dash dash, close the tag. And this is a style what we give for only particular line. So if I change this style and giving it as background color, I'm sorry, style equals to, so whatever you write background color, that will be in red color. Okay, I've given already red color. I'll give yellow color and say hello world. I'll just save this. I'll go refresh it. You can see this is yellow color. It is getting displayed. So this is an inline. When you make use of div tag, so div background color blue, width 200 pixel, height 200 pixel. If I don't give anything, even if you are written something else, if you save this and go and refresh, you will not get anything. So you need to give the width and height of that particular area that needs to be looked as a blue color. Then you are supposed to give that particular width and height. So this is all only applicable for that particular area. So this is one more style, that is in internal page, in page. What is external? So we have some external files what we have given. So here we have given something like H1, and the font size I have to give it as in pixel. I'll just pick 100 pixel. You can give more number of, so you can see hello got changed. So that means what is happening here? That means the H1 what you are giving here, it will go to here and it will change here. So the background color is remain same, but the font size increases. And how do you call that particular CSS file? So this is a CSS file I've called somewhere from somewhere else. So I've taken here. So you can see here, link this file relations to the style sheet, H reference as style.css. I've given. So I'm in the same folder, hence I'm giving the folder name just. If not, you are supposed to give the path. Hope it is clear. So I'm in the same folder intro. I'm giving the link as a style sheet and H reference. So this is hyper reference. So referencing the another folder. So I'm giving it as style.folder. So let me change this name. I'll just change this name as style1. And here if I give style1, so then you'll get update and you'll go here and refresh it, it remains same. So I'll just change the style1, making it as 10 pixel. So you can just see the 10 pixel. You can see that it looks very small. It looks very small. I need to zoom in to see that. So if I increase that, let me say take 30, it is increasing. So let me say 40, it is increasing. So it is increasing. So why we are referring this particular external? Because when we have lot many tags, not only H1, you have table, image, and so on. Many images tag, many tags are there in somewhere around 60 to 70 tags are there in HTML. If I want to include individually with the styles, then we do refer this. So you can just have this body. Inside body, you are supposed to have background color with some aqua. Okay, so let me change this. You can see here the body has been changed. Okay, so let me write some table under HTML. We have written some table. Okay, so table we have written. So let me write that table under this. So inside this we have written some table. Let me get that. Okay, here it is coming. So now I just need to apply some table style. So if I want to give here, so it is quite difficult to identify which table border I have given. So it is not so good to give in the same line or the same page. Go back to this and just give table and then give whatever you want. So background color as some brown. So let me save this. Go here, you can see brown color. So you can see this. So this is how HTML and CSS is correlated. That's the reason I have mentioned HTML is husband and CSS is wife. So this is there are a lot many things how you come up with a good design of website. So we can have that look into the exact picture when it comes to the actual course. So you can just go on and design with this. So as of now today we have learned a few tags under HTML, how it looks, and HTML. Whenever you have that HTML file, you'll save that file as .html, and we have used Visual Studio Code, and we have some idea that how the developers will work on with the code. So it is easy, and nowadays most of the global market will use lot many frameworks. Even you need not to code it, like how we copy paste from the YouTube that is embedded. That particular code will get embedded in that particular area in and just copy pasting. So like that we have plenty of what I can say, we have plenty of uh, frameworks with just copy pasting. So we can just have a look into that particular frameworks. Once we get to the actual course, we have React, we have Node, we have Express, we have JavaScript, we have Angular, and so many other frameworks that is helping us to minimize our work in designing, helping us to design more attractive way with the website. So hope it is helpful for us, for you all, so that you get an idea how HTML and CSS is all about. If you have some questions for me, you can just put it in the chat box so that I can answer. And also you can find more interesting updates on our Facebook page, that is 360DGTMG page, where you can find that particular links in the chat box. You can just go ahead and look into that. We frequently update the work, what we done, what we do, and what are the courses that we offer that has been updated in the LinkedIn as well. So you can just go through the company website, company YouTube channel, company your LinkedIn page, and Facebook page as well. So you can just also find both India as well as Malaysia Facebook. So where you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you will have plenty of videos on different topics that you are facing difficulty, and you can just find that, make use of that. So we are stopping here for the day, and we'll continue for the next day. And you also have attendance to mark. So you can just find the link mentioned by Santil. So please mark your attendance here for the day, so that you can just mark your presence of your day. So please click on that and mark your attendance. Don't forget. If you have something to discuss, if you have queries to discuss, you can just let me know in the chat box, so that we can clarify, we can discuss, and then we can wind up. Any questions, guys? I know this is a little bit fast, but hope there are few time constraints where we can't offer, and we cannot go in detail with a constraint of time. So we have to look into that particular topics, and we need to cover those topics, at least a basic abstract idea how it looks, what all things they'll do. So that is all about where you can just understand. The platform, rather I can call it as platform, we can call it as software tool, where you can just work on Visual Studio Code. I think Anand, you were late for the session. Initially, we have showed how to download the Visual Studio Code. I'll just text you in the comment. So where you can just go ahead, and it is a free open source. So Visual Studio Code, this is something designed by Microsoft for our benefits. So where you can easily download for free, and you can just easily go ahead and write the codes, and you also have option to update the same. So many of them will think that whatever we write the code, when laptop got crashed, we'll lose all the codes. That is not the case. We have one more option where we can save that particular folders completely what you are doing. It will be in cloud. So you also have a GitHub option. So where the course, we are looking into the course, actual course containing how you come up with a portfolio. So creating a GitHub account, and how do you manage that? How do you create a repository? How do you connect that particular GitHub account to your Visual Studio? So that is what we are looking into that. So actually, when it comes to course, you will get all the details, and we'll discuss some more with respect to HTML codes, tags, CSS, and so on. It is wonderful game. So where you can just easily learn that by playing, by doing some changes. It is quite interesting topic. Anything else, guys? If you have anything else, we can just go ahead and discuss. Otherwise, we can just wind up. And please don't forget to mark your attendance. Ellen, Ashner, Nathan, Anovar. Do you have anything to discuss? Thanks, Ashner. So we also look forward to hear how do you like this session. So you can just review the session by clicking on the Facebook and Google reviews. You can just click on the link what you are getting. So always feedback gives us or motivates us to come up with these kind of courses for the all the publics who are looking forward for the same. Thanks, Ashner. So tomorrow also we'll have on the same timings, that is 7 to 8 Malaysian time. So we'll have the session which is very interesting when compared to HTML CSS. We have JavaScript, which is very good content. So we'll play with that, and we'll try to understand how, which is very easier than HTML and CSS. We look into that. winding up session. Tomorrow we'll meet again on the same time. Thank you guys. Have a nice evening. Take care. Bye-bye.